Today's lesson is on symmetry. We are going to learn how to create a symmetrical butterfly. First, let's define the word symmetry. If something has symmetry or is symmetrical, it has a point where it can be folded and both halves are equal. Some letters in the alphabet are symmetrical, like the letters A, B, C, and D. There are more letters. See if you can think of two more. This is an example of what we're going to create today. Notice how the butterfly is the same on both halves. We will need a sheet of white paper, one piece of 9 by 12 construction paper, any color you choose, a black oil pastel, liquid glue, scissors, and 3 colors of paint. I'm going to use the primary colors. They are yellow, red, and blue. So to get started, let's go. Let's start first by taking our paper and we're going to fold it hamburger style or portrait. We're going to make our paper up and down, portrait, and then we're going to take it and we're going to fold it over. And we fold it to the edges here, run our finger down the side, and down like that, and then we have our folded paper. Next, we're going to take our black oil pastel, and we are going to draw half of butterfly on one half the paper only. I'm right-handed, so I will use the right side of my paper. And I want to make half of a circle, so I'll start here and go like this. Then half of an oval for the body, and then it has an antenna. Then we're going to have some wings. Oops. Okay, so I've got my half of my image on here. Now I'm going to take the paper and I'm going to fold it over and rub. And I can see where my black oil pastel was, so I'm going to rub over those areas because this will transfer the black oil pastel to the other side in a ghost image. And there we have a very light ghost image. So now we pick up our pastel again and we go over that ghost image to make a symmetrical image that is equal on both sides. And go slowly and follow your lines carefully. And you can pick up your pastel and you can go from other directions. So you stay on, so you can see the line and you stay on it. Okay. There we go. So now we have our symmetrical image. Okay, next we're going to take our paints and the 3 colors I chose again are called primary. Let's start with the yellow. We want to shake our paint, and when we open it up, we open very carefully. Make sure there's nothing on the top here. If there is, we want to wipe it off because we don't want to glob our paint on. Now we're going to apply paint to only one side of our picture. So here we're going to put, and the yellow is very runny, so I have to be careful not to get too much paint on there. And I can make it in drops, or I can make it in lines. It's however you want to apply the paint. I'm going to clean that up before I shut it, because if you shut it with it sturdy, you're going to splatter paint everywhere. Now my next color is red. The red is not as liquidy as the yellow. There, I made some lines and some dots of paint. And then our last color is going to be blue. Now, some of the colors are very close to each other, so when we blend them, they are going to mix. And we're in this one, I'm going to even like go over the red here a little bit. Okay. Okay, so now to make this a symmetrical design, we're going to fold it back on top of the paint and very gently rub the paint around so that it can mix and spread out. Oh, and there it's spread out. There was a lot of paint there, and so it's spread out outside the thing, and that's perfectly okay. That's why we have it on a messy mat. So we'll just wipe that up. And we open it up. And look at the colorful colors we made. We made some, when we mixed blue and yellow here, we got green. And we got some different shades of red and blue. Makes a different shade of purple. So when it dries, it'll look kind of purpley. So there we have our symmetrical butterfly. And now we need to let it dry. Now, I did one earlier so that we had it here, and now we need to cut it out. So when we cut things out, we set our image free from our paper, and we're going to go around the antennas because they are the fragile part. We don't want to cut them off. And this is a really tight corner here, so I'm going to come across this way from the other side and cut in, and then come along here, cut that out there, and set that free. Then back over here to my image, following the outline of my butterfly. And there's a sharp pointy end, so I'm going to come around this way from the other side and meet it in the middle there and take it out. And that one's not that sharp corner. I went ahead and just rotated it around. But remember, if it's too sharp of a corner for you, just come in from the other side. Like this. There we go. And pick it back up again. Now cutting out the head is going to be the hardest part because it's got tiny little corners there. So we're going to come back this way and set the top of the head free. And carefully go around my antenna. I'm going to go around this way. Okay, now I'm going to cut my paper without cutting the antenna and get rid of that. So it's out of my way. And very carefully. And there is my butterfly, free from the background. Okay, so now I need to get my construction paper. And this one I'm going to put on a pink piece of construction paper. And I'm going to glue my butterfly down. Now, when we do this, we have to be very careful. We have to make sure our image is dry, and it's dry. So we're going to turn it upside down on top of our construction paper. Open up our glue bottle. Make sure the glue comes down. And we're going to put a bead of glue close to the edge, but not right on the edge because we don't want it to squish out like that paint did onto our background paper. We're going to put a thin bead around the outside edge of our butterfly. And now we have to go, up the antenna, so very carefully put a really thin layer of glue on that antenna so that it sticks down. Okay, there we go. Now carefully pick up your butterfly with your hands and hold it. You can put it on your paper straight. You can make it crooked, like the example was crooked, but this one I'm going to set down straight. I set it down, and very gently I'm going to pat the picture down so that the glue will seal the two pieces of paper together without moving them. And you can always take another piece of paper and set it on top and then massage the paper, get it to lay down flat without moving your image back and forth. And there we go. And then as that dries, the butterfly will lay down. And there we have our symmetrical butterfly with our primary colors.